Welcome into Sportscape. My name is Derek Clyburn. I'm once again joined by John Felipe.
Howdy.
John, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Week one, well, parts it's almost in the books. It's Monday night right now, so we got another game to go. But
That's right.
Sunday and Thursday night football went already has passed, so we've been already seeing some good football over the weekend, and some better than others. But we've been we've been we're starting off on a good note.
Yeah, well, it's been fun to have football again, other than the crushing existential defeat of the Carolina Panthers that makes me question if they're making progress under Dave Canales. But that's another story.
Yeah. Um yeah, the Panthers had a rough first game
Rough
of the season
outing.
to say the
Rough
least.
going.
To
Yeah.
say the least. Um the Panthers
Bryce
they
still look good, and like I will take that. That's the hill I'll die on because Bryce just looks like he has the capacity to be a star. And he makes his
right,
moments,
right.
especially in quick 2 minute drill, like when the stakes are high and you need to go quick. Dude just like leads drives very quickly and easily. I wish Dave Canales would speed up the tempo a little bit in the offense. I think that might be beneficial for Bryce. That's just my 2 cents. Paid to make the decisions, but you know,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, speaking of the Panthers, we're gonna start it off with them.
yeah.
What are your initial takeaways from the Panthers' first game of the season, losing 26-10 to the Jaguars?
Yeah, I think that plays a big role. The lack of almost trust in Bryce. Dave Canales is a very cautious play caller. So he's somebody that he's thinking 5, 10 steps ahead, but he's thinking also at the same time minimizing risk so he can get to that 10th play. That's his kind of like the way he calls plays. But sometimes you just got to let loose and cause the explosiveness so then they'll be scared of you in the first place and then you can like make, expand your playbook because they're afraid that you're not just going to run it down the middle. I wish Dave Canales would like hear this because I think he would like adhere to this thought process and maybe it would make him reflect. He's a smart guy, so you know.
Yeah, yeah, I would say, I mean, the way the Panthers ended the season last year, the way they ended it on a high note with the offense playing pretty good, I would say. You
Yeah,
thought
five
it felt
touchdowns
like
this week.
Yeah, it felt like the offense was like more, unique, creative. I mean, innovative, getting a
And
lot of your
and pushing downfield.
yes. Like yesterday, it felt like they were too conservative. They were, you
I
know,
didn't understand it. I don't
yeah,
understand it. I understand Bryce's frustration. Like me and Bryce, we're like twins, dog. I see him sometimes and I'm like, that could be my twin brother. Like the way he is and his behaviors, I'm like, that's exactly how I would feel in that situation. Like, and he was pissed after that fourth down call, like he threw his helmet down. It's just like, let me cook. Almost a little frustrated by everything. Maybe not just specifically the play calling. I'm not saying, Dave versus
right,
Bryce,
right,
but
right, yeah,
I feel the frustration, dude. Like I feel it. He can do so much more.
right. And yeah, because it kind of felt like they were out of rhythm. They weren't in sync
Yeah.
necessarily. You know, compared to where they should be. I mean, do you question Dave Canales' like strategy or decision to not play them like more in the preseason, or
Yeah, well,
even when
that's a question.
even yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. Go. No, finish
I'm
your.
just saying. I'm just saying, like, even like I think they played one drive in the second preseason game, and they didn't like have like it wasn't a good drive. So I was thinking, like, even if you don't play them in the third preseason game, you want to at least see your offense, have a good drive before you take them out. But
Well, in
going
the
to the more,
preseason, you're thinking about like how well have I prepared my team? And Dave Canales
Mhm.
seems to think that he's prepared his team like to a great degree. How well have I prepared my team in the preseason, it's more so illustrating that we have the concepts down and we have the effort down. And he's thinking also, I don't want to get my guys hurt. So
Mm-hmm.
it's I understand the balance between, do I want these guys to play and show that they can do this and present it prior to the regular season, or do I want to preserve them physically and also feel good after they did a one touchdown gimmicky drive? Get the spirits up. All right, we all
Right.
got a touchdown. You know, I feel as
Yeah.
though that's the grappling that Dave Canales has to work with.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you think like the game shifted? Because I know early on it was close, 3-3 early on, and then what do you think changed as far as like where did
It
it
was
go
us
wrong?
not being able to get our offense going. Our
Mm-hmm.
offense wasn't able to get generated. And the thing that's frustrating for me to watch, because I've been seeing this for years with Bryce, is the times that the offense was generating is when it's a 2-minute drill and Bryce is just dropping dimes. Even when he was benched and he came in against like the Bears last
Mm-hmm.
year and like throwing dimes in garbage time, he's so in his element when you can just give him let him be a gunslinger. Like the
Right.
way they're working him, it's just not to Bryce's best interest. So I don't understand why they're beginning drives like this. They should begin drives with just a quick little shot, and then we'll have second down to get a push. In the running game, if that the pass wasn't successful, like, and then on
Yeah.
third down, maybe we could do some trickery. Like, why not put Bryce in his element? He's consistently good under pressure.
Right. Right.
Consistently.
Um.
A drill.
Yeah. Do you feel like the offense is pretty much why not being able to get going or catching the rhythm is kind of like why the defense kind of started to struggle because it was on the field so much, you think, or it was just
So what's your question about it's about the defense, or
yeah, yeah. Like, what do you think that like the defense started to struggle at that caused them to start have
yeah.
issues? Yeah.
Yeah, the defense has a lot of issues. That's why I was curious if you did ask that, because I there's so many like problems with the defense. I think first and foremost, I love. Did you hear this? Jenna's in the background, killing it. She must hear me too much. She said pass rush. That's exactly our.
I said whatever because I didn't know if I was correct.
You were correct entirely.
Pass rush is their biggest problem. We need to be better at that.
We need to be
give them like 10 seconds in the pocket.
She's so good. See, she listens to me sometimes when I'm rambling about football. But that's exactly correct. Our pass rush is horrific. But we're by far the lowest percentage of pass rush reps where the quarterback was pressured. It was, I think, 12 or 13%. The second worst was 20 something percent. Like,
Mhm.
we're like half. Like, it was clear that we were horrible at it. And we've been like that for years. Like, so I don't know. Is it the 3-4 defense? Is it Evero? I like Evero a lot, so I don't want it to be. But we got to figure some stuff out, man. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that like the linebackers struggled like in the run game, and then
Trevin
like
Wallace he's not been great.
right. Like
Yeah.
you can just like see like some of the guys like effort, like even on
That's
like
the thing. He's so spirited. He's like, he'll go hit and go, but he's not good at diagnosing, and he'll get so easily bit. I remember that touchdown from the tight end in this last game, Hunter Long, I think his
Mhm.
name is. Like, he got bit.
Oh man. Yeah.
Like, you saw that play?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Man, yeah, he like was ready to go ram through the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like you want to see improvement in certain areas. Like
Yeah.
last year, like I mean, they gave up over 3,000 yards rushing. It was like a record, the Panthers gave up how many yards the Panthers gave up last year against opposing teams, and then to see like the first game you give up 200 yards and have 0 sacks, it's just like you need more improvement in those areas. And it's like, I mean, you can see some progress, but it's like you need a little bit more. Or I don't know, like you said, you don't know if it's the scheme or whether or not it's just like the
That's
players.
my question. My question is, I mean, if it is the scheme, I want to at least, even we don't have to move on from Evero. Can we just try different scheme? If it's
Mhm.
functionally not working, you've allowed 200 yards, and I think the last 7 games rushing, which is like one of the historic streaks. It's like, let's try something else. Let's just like slightly. It doesn't need to be like a huge transformation, you know? Let's just kind of
Mhm.
try something else.
Right,
That's
right,
my
because it
thought
was,
process on it. You know, if I'm trying to save my job first and foremost,
yeah,
you know,
because
dog.
yeah, like the one thing that they did well, of course, was I mean J.C. Horn, locking up Brian Thomas Jr. I mean that was the bright spot of the
That
defense.
one hander, dog.
Oh, the
That
interception.
was
Oh man,
bon
that
appetit.
was exceptional. That
Yeah,
was that's one of the best plays of the day for sure. One of the best catches I've seen. Like
in a while.
as far yeah,
Yeah.
man, especially an interception for him to do that. Because if he doesn't, intercept it, that's like a touchdown. Because dude was already
And it
ahead
was
of him. And
Travis Hunter
yeah,
or
yeah,
Brian Thomas Jr., one of the two.
I believe it was. I think it was Travis. I think it was Travis. Yeah,
So okay, it was. I was right the first time.
yeah, yeah. So that was hard to see. I mean, they had like I think it was. I saw like Travis Etienne by himself had 4 rushes of at least 10 plus yards.
Yeah.
Um, I thought that the turnovers were bad from Bryce. Um, not necessarily all on him, but you just can't have those. When your offense is struggling, get
I
those
agree
big
with
plays.
that. It's not necessarily on him. Like I feel frustrated for him because I feel him like he's like my brother, man. I could see like his frustrations because he's
Right.
trying to make it happen at those points. He'll be very cautious with the ball, but the times that there were turnovers, it was, well, the Xavier Leggett thing. And Xavier Leggett is kind of frustrating me to a degree. Like, he didn't get his foot in bounds. And like he just plays reckless. And there was another thing where he wasn't. I wonder if something's wrong. Like he just is. His heart's not in it because he wasn't even blocking on one play. And I was like, "What are you doing, man? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on?" Like,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Yeah.
but I,
Xavier Leggett. Yeah, I thought he like you said like him. This the errors, the mental errors he makes. This is like frustrating to see. It's like you can't get your feet in bounds on like simple catches or
it
like sideline
reminds
catches.
me, it gives me nightmares of Jonathan Mingo. Like Bryce throwing him in bounds. Bryce stops, he's running and throws him in bounds, and dude's like acting like he's like on a roller coaster. That kid, no, it needed to be farther down.
Right, right. It's crazy. It's like,
I'm like, how
man,
can you be so unaware? I don't
right,
understand.
right,
It's like you're like going through the line and you don't have any spatial awareness. Like,
right. And you can just tell because the receivers weren't getting open like they should have or getting any separation, a lot of separation. You can really tell that they miss Jalen Coker. I mean,
dude, don't even bring that up because that's what hurts my heart. I told you when we were at the fan fest, who did I say was my favorite player?
oh yeah, Jalen Coker for sure.
Jalen Coker, even above
Yeah,
Bryce Young. Jalen Coker is my favorite player. Undrafted free agent, and he's a freaking stud. And he's so good, and he knows how to do it. He knows how to do the
yeah,
routes, and he's good and athletic. Like, and he's a cool ass dude. I want to be friends with him.
yeah. I mean, yeah, they missed him out there today. I mean,
So
and even
much.
then, yes, yes. And even then, I'm like, okay, if Coker's out, Leggett's struggling, I mean, I feel like you should be getting the ball to T Mac more. Like T Mac, I thought played pretty well in his
Oh,
first
pretty
game.
well. T Mac impressed. He was another on top of JC Horn. He was another bright spot.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, like I said, they
We
should have
need
got
to
him more
force feed this
involved.
dude the ball like we were doing
Absolutely.
Deontay Johnson last year.
Yes, yes, yes. And then like even getting Chuba Hubbard more involved, even in the passing game. Like you saw the one touchdown he had late in the game,
Yeah, I
getting him
did.
involved.
Yeah, I did.
So it's like, hey, you got to use the weapons who's shown that they can actually do stuff and not try to. I mean, Hunter Renfro is okay, but he's shown that. I mean, he's not reliable enough yet, quite yet.
He's working through it. There's not a lot of compatibility right at the moment, but
Yeah,
they're both so talented that it can work without the compatibility, and it's working towards closer and closer. You know,
yeah, for sure. Um, what would you say concerns you most, like going forward, like looking towards the next week, going into like week 2?
uh, I guess what concerns me the most is I think my worst case scenario is the offense is slow and sluggish and doesn't utilize Bryce's strengths, and the defense continues to collapse the way it did against the Jaguars. Like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people were saying, fire Evero, and I don't know. I think we need to make changes. I don't know if a man needs to lose his job, but I think maybe he could tweak some things and see what we can work with. Because it's been a few games like this, and so yeah, I
Yeah,
I think those a couple of things.
yeah. And what do you think that they could? Is there any positive you think they could take going forward from this game they can use, and then what changes you think could be made to help, those issues that we saw in this
Okay,
game?
so are you speaking specifically defense or team
It
wide?
could be either side. It could be either side.
Because T Mac looked great. We need to force feed this dude. Like him and Bryce have a great like. I would just go to him every play, especially once Jalen Coker comes back, dog. Oh, when him and Jalen Coker and T Mac are there, because they're both good at what they can do, and like they'll kind of find the open space and catch it well, and they'll fake it. That's the thing. They have emotional intelligence. Like they'll pretend like they're setting up for a route. They'll be like, and then cut quickly at the last second, you know. So they might not be the most athletic people, but they're so smooth with it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The Panthers. I mean, it's a work in progress, but I mean, they have the pieces, I think, to turn it around. At least show some improvement from week to week. They're a young team still. They got a young coach,
Yeah.
so you just want to see improvement from week to week. But you want to see them do establish an identity and then like do the things you do well. You
Yeah.
know, like use like you said, use Bryce play the Bryce strengths. You know what I'm saying? Play to the strengths of
Exactly.
your defense. Whatever that may be. I mean, so your team can at least put a better product out there on the field. But yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, but going into like another game that happened on a much, I would say, surprising note, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
um, the Colts, man,
Yeah.
to my surprise, came out there
I like it.
and this demolished the Dolphins on Sunday afternoon. I was surprised. Y'all saw me in the last couple of vids be upset that Anthony Richardson wasn't named a starter, and I
That's
was
right.
down. So
No, Daniel Duns the third came through again.
I mean, he played a really good game. I was impressed. I would say that I was impressed. I thought the game plan was excellent. The offensive game plan was really good, and they executed it well.
Like,
The
yeah,
defense played
great job.
exceptionally well. I mean, they completely shut down the Dolphins and whatever they were trying to do out there. I mean, and the explosive offense with
And that's
Tua
what
and Devon
yo,
Achane and
that's what
Tyreek
I
Hill.
texted
Yep.
you too. I was like, how much of this is the Colts offense and how much of this is the Dolphins defense? Like, are they just like chalked?
Yeah. The Dolphins, I would say, are much worse than everybody than we all thought. I think,
Right?
like
I was
they're just a
surprised.
team that their coach is probably gonna be fired the next couple of weeks. I mean, they just a team that's
Hey,
probably
not
gonna
Mike McDonald. I like him. He seems like a cool ass dude.
they're probably gonna be cleaning house, pretty soon because it doesn't look
I don't
like
even know who their general manager is, to be honest.
I have no idea, but I don't know. Mike McDaniel at the very least is gonna be going.
Oh
That's what we
no.
know.
I'm
Just
sorry,
didn't look good.
Mikey, buddy. I'm sorry.
But yeah, going to the game, I thought that they played with a sense of urgency. I know DeForest Buckner, their defensive tackle, one of the better
Oh, is
players on
a
the team.
stud. He's a good guy. He's been sticky in the NFL for a reason. He's a good player.
Yeah, he came in the game saying that they wanted to win the game for Jim Irsay, because this is the first game
Yeah,
since Jim Irsay had passed.
that's right.
So hearing that he's saying that, you kind of figured they would come out there and play well.
Nah,
But
that's cool. That's beautiful. Because
yeah, and
they
they were
do.
able to, come out and show out and win the game for him. So that was good.
Yeah,
But I thought that the game it started off close. Um, both teams were driving up and down the drive up and drive down the field on their first possessions. That I think
right.
the turning point was when Tua threw an interception on their first drive. They're in the red zone and they threw an well. It was probably like that close to the red. They weren't quite in the red zone, but they were on their side of the field, whatever.
Adjacent. You painted the picture adequately.
Right. Right, and he threw the interception, overthrew. I forget. I think it was Tyreek Hill he overthrew, and
Uh,
and Cam Bynum intercepted it, and that was the game changer right there to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Everything pretty much snowfall as far as like Miami. They collapsed after that.
You
Colts
know,
went
it
down the.
reminds me of the Panthers game, similar situation. Like we were
Mhm.
driving the ball down the field, like right before halftime, and there was I forget if it was a fumble or an interception, some kind of turnover, and it just sucked all the momentum out of the air, and it was like,
Right,
oh,
right,
damn it,
right.
they
Because
might win this game.
right. So it's like after that, like offense, they got some confidence. They drove down the field,
Yeah,
scored. And then on that very next possessions, Miami Tua fumbled on the next play, the first play they had in the next possession. So that's two straight turnovers, Miami, and the Colts scored again. So they're rolling at this point, and Daniel Jones is making accurate throws. He's getting the ball out quick. I thought that like I said, the game plan from from Shane Steichen, probably the better game plans I've seen him call, better games I've seen him call in a while. I mean, he had him getting the ball out quick, and then to different receivers, and I thought that Daniel Jones was making smart decisions with the football. So I thought that was, I mean, he had a really good game.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I think a lot of people were surprised, especially by his rushing and physical ability, because it had been a year since his ACL tear. So this is the
right.
first we're really seeing him fully athletic. Because he had made a like even against the Panthers, he had like a crazy hand catch, and that's why people were calling him
Yeah.
Danny Dimes because this nerdy white dude just made a crazy one hand catch. So like he still has that in him. He's got that dog in him.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I thought he was very good. I mean, he was good under pressure. Like I saw this one stat. It said he was completed 5 of his 6 passes when he was under pressure for 72 yards and a touchdown.
Impressive.
I thought that they were able to move the ball, sustain drives, put up points, and then he didn't turn over the ball, so that's the biggest thing. I thought that was good. And then they had a game. They had a game plan that they stuck to. They stick to it. They were getting multiple guys involved, getting the ball out quick. So I
It's
thought it
why I
was
was
overall
surprised. A little fantasy football tidbit now that the drafts have happened. That Michael Pittman was essentially free. I'm like, he played with like a broken back last year, and they still like paid him like DJ Moore money. Like, and he's
Mm-hmm.
been like the number one receiver. Like, why would
Right.
he be so free? But I still have him in the picks up league because they gave him to me. I was like, all right, I'll take him.
Hey, I mean the Colts have so many weapons that you don't know who's gonna exactly get like the most
Tyler
targets.
Warren looked
But
great, dude.
Tyler Warren had he had 7 catches for 76 yards.
He
I
looked
mean,
good.
he played extremely well, I thought. And I mean, the way they used him, I thought, was this great. Um, but man, the story of the game was the defense and the way they shut down the Dolphins, man. I mean, they didn't allow any explosive plays. I mean, they were getting pressure on Tua. They were, you know, having Lou Anarumo come in and use his scheme like he did. Like, he comes in, he likes to, disguise coverages and use the defensive backs in a variety of ways, like so you don't have the same look every time you come out. And then like the way he uses the defensive line, the pressures, different blitzes that he uses, it just had, it had
That's
Dolphins out
cool.
of sorts.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
That's cool. It
yeah.
gives you some excitement for the future of the team.
Yeah, man. I mean, we saw Latu drop back in coverage and get an interception. That was great to see.
Yeah,
I was hype about that. I was like,
that dude's a stud.
I've been raving about him all season. Just to see him be able to, play well in a game like that was good. I thought Kenny Moore played well. He had an interception. Nick Cross, um, they had sacks. So the way they used the secondary was great. I mean, and then I mean, they almost shut them. It's almost basically a shutout. I mean, the Dolphins score like in the last 6 minutes of the game, so it wasn't even. It didn't feel like the game was as close as the score
Yeah,
implicated.
yeah,
Like it was just a total beatdown, total
destruction.
of the Dolphins or whatever they thought they were going to do that day.
That's wild. That's one of the bigger upsets of the weekend, I would say. At
Yeah, I
least the
mean,
degree that it happened.
the way that it happened for sure. I mean, nobody came in and expected the Dolphins to look
No,
as good as it
no
did,
one.
and
Not
then the
even Colts
defense. No, 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 no. I mean, we were suspect. Like even like like you can even say like Daniel Jones, he still has some throws that were like, you know, they ain't the greatest throws, but
could have
but he
done.
played well. So overall, so I'm not mad at him. I was like, I just want him to continue to have remember I just talked about identity, a game plan. Stick to your game plan, to your identity every single week. If it's
Right.
going to be running the football, do that. If it's going to be getting the ball out quick and hitting your multiple receivers, do that. But make sure that you stick to your game plan and your identity so he's not back there like a sitting duck, 5, 6, 7
Yeah,
drop backs. That's not his game. Get the ball
you got to give
stretch,
your
get it
quarterback
out.
confidence.
Right. Play action passes.
You can't have him thinking he's about to have to be hit by Miles Garrett every week. You know,
Right. I mean, I think his final stat line was 22 29 for 272 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So he's also good in the good when they were down there near the goal line. They were able to use him as a weapon down there too. So that was good. I just liked how they were able to keep the momentum for the rest of all the game. Oh, and this one stat I did see. So the Colts scored on all 7 of their offensive possessions in Week 1. That's the first team, and they're the first team to do it in 48 years. So
48. That's
48
huge.
years, it's the first time that's happened. Yep, in 48 years. So I mean, the Colts played a great game, and to see how they can build on it going forward. I thought that continue to use their weapons offensively. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had a solid game too. I thought you saw
Yeah,
some
he came
flashes from
out and
DJ
he would have.
Giddens.
I heard he would have came back in if it was like a real competitive game.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to see DJ Giddens come in and do some good things. I thought he
I
showed
heard
his
about that too.
explosiveness.
12 rushes, right?
Yeah. I thought he showed his ability to you know, he get explosive plays and catch out the backfield. So that was good to see. I thought the offensive line played extremely well. So this is an all around good game. You can't ask for a better game to start the season for the Colts, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah. I'm jealous of you. I wish that was the Panthers situation. Must be nice.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, throughout the league, it was some great games going on. Um, in the early window, I thought like the Pittsburgh New York Jets game, that was surprising how good it
That was
was.
wild. Yeah, and I think it was especially funny that it was Aaron Rodgers against his former team.
Oh yeah, so he had the extra motivation, the extra
Uh-huh.
that to get it done. I mean, that's probably
Put some pepper on it.
probably
He put some seasoning
it's
on it.
probably the best game he played since he probably been since the Packers. Since he was on the Packers, probably.
It's certainly 100% his Jets entire tenure. So he's like mad at them because that's the way he played. But that's another story. But he did dominate it. He stunted on them.
You could just tell the game plan they had was just so much better. The offensive end is so much better than the one the Jets were
Yeah.
created for him last year. And he's another year removed from the injury, the Achilles injury, so he's more healthy. So he's able to
Yes.
do more.
Because he's always had that little bit of movement aspect to his game.
Yeah, I mean, you saw like a lot of different receivers make plays, like Calvin Austin and like Pratt
Calvin Austin
Firemouth. Yeah,
the
yeah. A dude. I mean, I got him on one of my fantasy teams. I looked at it. I said, hold up. He had like 17 points. I think. I was like, oh man, I might need to play him in the next couple weeks to see if he can
Yeah.
get his momentum going. If they're
I
gonna use him
remember
like
him
that.
a couple of years ago. He really helped me out. Like it was a random
Yeah,
person nobody had ever heard of before, and he gave me like 10 points, and all I needed was like 7, and he helped me win a
yeah.
game.
Yeah, and then talking about the Jets. I mean, to see their offense play as well as it did. I mean, because everybody was so down on their offense because of the way they played in the preseason, and then
Yeah.
like some of the stuff that was coming out of training camp. They was talking about how Justin Fields wasn't throwing the ball well and stuff. But I mean, when they got out there, I mean, he was throwing the ball really well. I mean, we talked about all offseason like how Garrett Wilson was a disappointment for us in fantasy.
Yeah.
He came out play well.
I
I mean,
honestly, it's funny. I was all in on uh, Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall for that matter for
yeah,
like the last 2 or 3 years. Like built in. I think this is gonna be their year. And this is the year that I was out on them completely. I was like, nope, you can't trust these guys. They'll
yeah.
fool me once,
I mean, the only
and
reason they're
now,
still on my team is because it's in a dynasty league. So I'm like, I haven't gotten around to trading them. Nobody really wanted them this offseason. So, or in the previous off seasons, their trade value is low. So the fact that they're playing well now is good. Is good for me.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah,
And Justin Fields as well, the way he played. I mean, he had one of his better games too. So that was good to see.
yeah. Justin Fields was actually impressive considering this was a new team.
We're gonna get into some plays of the day. A couple plays that we enjoyed,
All right.
over the course, you know, the course of the week one, NFL week one. Starting it off with the Panthers game.
Of course.
John, I'm sure you enjoyed this a lot.
He's going deep. And a one-handed
I mean,
snag.
my goodness.
J.C. Horn with
that
the interception.
that one-handed snag by J.C. Horn was
Horn's got that deep quarter of the football field, but he
here.
stops. And so
I mean,
Travis
and you
just,
just see Travis Hunter was,
Trevor
if
Lawrence
he
just
didn't
doesn't see
missed
him, and then
it
he
by just
fades
a
off
little
there
bit,
'cause there's
it would have
nobody
been a
in his
touchdown for
area.
Travis Hunter. So
It would have changed the entire.
Run by Hunter right there. So
It would have changed the
really nice
entirety of the
job by
game.
J.C. Horn kind of hiding out.
absolutely,
Like it would have been a
That-
bigger blowout.
To make that throw, and then
I mean, that was that was one of the best catches I've seen, like an interception I've seen. I mean, It don't get no better. It don't get any better than that. You see that
Says
one more
open
time.
area.
This.
And
Ah,
he
man, he
finds
caught
that
number one.
corner run by Hunter right there. So really nice stop
Whew.
by J.C. Horn, kind of hiding out,
Yeah, that's
baiting
tough.
the quarterback to.
Yeah, but that's one of the best plays we saw today. We're gonna go into the next one.
Right. All right.
Everybody watched this game, I'm sure. The Sunday night game between the
Oh, that Bills-Ravens game?
Bills and Ravens. That's so tough. That's so tough. D-Hop. The fact that he's still doing it at this age, I mean, he's still able to
A one-hander as
just
well.
catch it. I mean, look like the other dude was holding his arm.
There's no surprise that ball stuck. And if DeAndre Hopkins can do anything for this football team, that's it. Those contested throws, those balls on the sideline in the end zone, he could end up being the difference.
Yeah, that was an amazing catch. And you know he's known for having one of the best hands in the league anyway. And the fact that he's able to still make plays like that at this age in his career is dope.
It is.
I don't know why I ever did that one. Next play we got for y'all is this in the Colts game. See if we can get it up and loaded. One of the few turnovers that the Colts forced on the day. If it don't come in, we're gonna have to get into it. Let's see. Tua drops back.
With time. Now fires
A lot of two drops back to coverage, gets the interception as an edge rusher.
In coverage on the return, and he's taken out of bounds. At 4 sacks in his rookie year, back in coverage and showing off his skills.
as a major Latu fan, that's just, you know how excited I was when I saw that. I was like, I was texting everybody about that. All the Colts fans. I was like, man, y'all see that play?
That's right.
Yeah,
And he was somebody that was almost, he had a health scare. So he was almost not going to even be able to play again.
Right. And we're just expecting more big things from him this year. And he's expecting him to continue to make impact plays just like that one. Hopefully more sacks, coming nowhere. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We're just going to listen one last play. Another play from this great game between the Bills and the Ravens.
Yeah.
A shootout, 41-40 game. I think it was.
And it wasn't even until the fourth quarter that it shot up like that.
That's that D-Hop play. Yeah. That's when it got real good. Fourth.
That's it.
Derrick Henry had that fumble that pretty much changed the whole game.
He could end up being the difference.
Now this play right here was crazy. I mean, we've seen Lamar get out of sacks before, but man.
Yeah.
Gets away. Escaping. Got a lot of room. There he goes. First down, Lamar, much more.
I think I saw a stat where it said he traveled like 76 yards on that play.
Lamar is actually surprising.
Like when he backs up here, I think he backs up like.
Yeah, he's running the opposite way.
Like that's almost 20 yards from the line of scrimmage.
And look how quick he moves. His legs move so quickly. He's like in the Charlie Brown cartoon. He's like a long-legged Checo.
Yeah, I mean, those are just that type of plays that just makes Lamar one of the most exciting players to watch in the league. And in that game, it was a lot of plays in that game between him and Josh Allen. Derrick Henry had some amazing plays, amazing runs in that game. I mean,
yeah,
that was crazy. And those are some of the top plays that we saw from week 1, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. Stay tuned for more in the future. We're gonna keep bringing them to you. But was there any other games that caught your eye over the day, or were you more like you were kind of more like kind of watching it, but because the Panthers lost, I'm just going to chill a little bit.
Dude, literally, I think that was the thing. I yesterday I was so engaged like prior to everything going on, and the longer I started watching the Panthers game, the more I was like, this is depressing. I've been waiting all this time for this. Like, I don't want to hear about any football. Like, that was my
I mean,
thought
that's how
process.
it be when you lose.
Dude, it sucks so bad because it wasn't just that we lost, it was the way we lost and the anticipation. Like, it just, this was such a winnable game. And it's not even like there's one person in particular. Yes, XL pissed me off, like, but still, like, it wasn't his fault. The offensive line wasn't horrible. Like, Bryce was actually kind of good. Like, I don't like Dave Canales' play calling. I wish he would be more up tempo up front rather than having to wait at like halftime or end of the game. But like, I think outside of that, like, there's plays that could have changed, like here or there, that would have changed the outcome of the game. I think,
Yeah.
so I'm not like not too mad at them, but I'm also like I don't want to think about the other teams that are winning. Like
Yeah. Yeah, because I think, I mean, at least like the Falcons lost and the Saints lost, so you're not too far behind as far
dude,
as like
that's
the order.
exactly my thought process. I literally was thinking that. I looked down and I was like, "Oh, that's actually cool. Only one team in our division has a win right now."
Right, right. And that was a crazy
And of
game in
course, it's the
itself.
Buccaneers. Yeah, I thought the Falcons had it for a second.
Man, they had it. I mean, Koo missed that field goal that would have gave them the win at the end.
Young Ho
They
Koo.
had they had that one drive where they were like, I feel like that one drive just took forever. I mean, it was like the longest drive I think of the day. Like they were down there
Longest yard.
because they were trying to determine like if Michael Penix had got like the first down, and then like, I mean, it was crazy. But yeah. Let's talk about some of our, on a more positive note, some of our fantasy players that that stood out today. How were your how did your teams do today?
My teams were. It was a very exploratory period, I'd say. Like I was able to see who I made some drops, I made some additions. Yeah, I'll put it like that.
Yeah,
Like, looking at the games from this previous week, especially at the tight end position, I made sure that, like, I usually start off the season. I'm giving a little bit of my juice here. I start off the season with like three of them because one of them is always going to be like situationally like just the guy. Happens every year. You remember Jake Ferguson a few years ago? Like, I picked him in like the last round. Like, so like I feel as though there's always going to be a tight end that's just like a part of the guys. Nobody knows who he is, but he gets like 4 or 5 receptions for 43 yards every week.
yeah,
And I take them. And so, yeah, it was very telling who was going to be those guys. I know I have my Brenton Strange, the tight end from the Jacksonville Jaguars. um, but on top of that, I have a lot of T-Max stock bought. So I'm happy about that. He had a great
that's
percentage
going all the way up, for sure.
all the way up to the moon. Yeah. He had a high stock, and already his stock was on the up and up, but he was the only player that really stood out on the Panthers offense this previous weekend. And so for him to be not only like have a high stock, but to be targeted for like a touchdown that he made a crazy one-hander that didn't count technically, and then like another pass interference, like I was like, nah, this dude, he's going all the way up.
Right, right. I think for me, I was in some close games. I thought that James Cook really helped me out today. I mean, he had a tremendous game. I think I
He
was
had
down.
21 points, yeah.
I was down a lot in one of my leagues, and him. I think I might have had him and Zay Flowers in the league, and both of them like put me over the top in one of the games. So that
That's
was great.
hilarious. Those are two players that I would have been afraid to pick, like back to back, because
Yeah,
of the floor. I'm thinking like, oh, are they just only going to be floor guys?
yeah. I mean, I think Zay Flowers had like 150 yards receiving today. I think that's
He
definitely his best game of his career.
proved a lot of people wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't really know how often. I mean, because they went away from because in the past they used to use the tight ends more. Because I had Mark Andrews, and they didn't really give him the ball at all. Really, I mean, he
Yeah,
wasn't really involved in the offense. Zay Flowers had a lot of touches, and then of course Derrick
and like
Henry
he
and
was out,
Lamar
right?
was doing it. Yeah, like it was out. So I thought Mark Andrews would be more involved in the first week, but it's still early. So going back to that tight end thing, you just got to play it week by week. You got to look at that waiver wire and say, "Oh, who's playing well? Let me get him." Because the tight ends are always tricky unless you have like Trey McBride or Brock Bowers. I think George Kittle got hurt too. That hurt. I have George Kittle a couple of
Yeah,
weeks that hurt me. So
me
I think I'm just gonna
too.
pick up the
I have
backup.
him in Boach Dynasty. Yeah, I
I think I'm
saw.
just gonna pick up the backup for the 49ers. Um, because I think he had like
Who
12
even
points.
is the backup?
I forget what his name is, but I know he had like 12 points. I think. Like,
12.
yeah.
Nice.
But it might have been in a different league because the point system might be different. So it might have been like more like a tight end friendly league. So I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, but
yeah.
even in like that's still solid enough. You don't
Yeah.
need a lot from the tight end as long as you get between like 8 and like 15.
Hey,
That's solid enough.
it's all about the economy of the system. It's all relative. So their tight end is going against yours. So if it's 13 points relative to the tight end average, it's higher. So you're
Yeah,
still winning that. You're winning the market.
absolutely. Somebody I was really high on Bill, but they call him Bill, but it's just
Oh
Corey
yeah,
Crosby
Crosby. He
Merritt.
got a touchdown too.
Oh my goodness, he had some explosive plays today.
I saw the last play too. The last one when he ran like when they were running out the clock. Oh, that was
Yeah.
I was
Oh
rooting for
man,
it. I was
against the
clapping.
Giants, people mocked me because I picked him kind of early in one of our leagues. John knows about this. I picked him early in
Oh
the league.
yeah.
Everybody's like,
I didn't mock you, but I made note of it.
so
I said
I
that
mean,
was
it's
bold.
yeah. Hey, I took a chance and it's working out early. Um, but hopefully, he's on the up and up,
Yeah.
so that's always good. Mecca
Chris
Abuka,
Rodriguez. Oh freaking no. Get on to give E his flowers, dog. That dude is a
oh
stud.
man, dude is ready from day one to
I knew
do
it.
damage in the league.
I wanted him so bad last year. Like I was hoping he declared for the draft. Instead, we got freaking Xavier Leggett. No, that's not the public position. That's not the public position of the podcast. I want you to do the best with Xavier Leggett. But I was a big fan of Abuka. I thought he was going to come out last year, and we had the perfect pick to get somebody like him.
Man, he was amazing, and
And he looked great. He can play every position. He understands the cadences. He knows how to get open. He catches well. Quiet assassin.
two touchdowns in his debut in the league.
Yeah,
And
I knew he
Baker
would. I
Mayfield,
knew he would.
yeah, but Baker Mayfield loves to pass. He gonna throw a lot of passes, so
Because he's a safe target. He understands space. That's the thing. You have to understand the space around. So that's what Jalen Coker's so freaking good at. That's why I want him to come back.
oh man, the Panthers need him so bad. Yeah,
So bad. So he just
yeah,
understands like how to space, like how to set himself up in space, knowing what Bryce is looking at and like kind of maneuvering around and then putting himself where only he can get it. Xavier Leggett physically one-on-one in a vacuum can do that, but he doesn't know how to leverage himself during a route. He's like running like he's reading a piece of paper, It's frustrating to watch.
yeah.
Because he has so much potential.
For sure, man. For sure. A couple more players that I thought stood out. Ricky Pearsall, I thought played a really good game.
Killed it. He's up there with Amika Buka.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's probably gonna be emerge as the number one target, especially with George Kittle being out. Brock Purdy's probably gonna be passing to him a lot, getting feeding him a lot because the rest of the receivers are injured or not as good. So I think he's gonna have a great chance to put up some big numbers with Brock Purdy in that offense. Michael Penix, I mean, he loves to throw the ball. I think they threw the ball like 40 something times, so he's gonna get a lot, accumulate a lot of points because he throws the ball a lot.
Falcons like to do that too. That's why Drake London was so high up in the draft.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see, one more player I think I want to talk about. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He had a good game too. I like the way they used him in the offense.
Great game.
Yeah, for sure. Even though I don't like their quarterback, I mean their quarterback kind of struggled.
Sam Darnold,
but
he was horrible in that game. It's what you have with Sam Darnold. Like he is somebody that he's not ready for prime time. He has a strong arm and he can flick it, but he doesn't have the mojo,
Right.
like to be able to like make it flow and continuously like flow with the game. But he's somebody that'll give you some exciting plays, if you have the right system around him.
Right, for sure. We talk about players that we thought played well. I want to talk about a couple players that I'm low on, and if you want to chime in on players that disappointed you this week, or you just want to get rid of off your team, you can. I'm going to start for Russell Wilson. I'm tired of that dude. Oh my goodness.
That's right.
I don't understand. It might be time. It might be time for him to hang it up. It might be time because
that was pretty bad.
I mean, Washington defense ain't that good. Come on now. But anyways, he doesn't take the easy plays and he holds the ball too doggone long. I'm like, bro, throw the ball. Like, what are you doing? You got Malik Neighbors over there. Throw the ball to this man. I'm like,
he wants to play like a video game version where he's just like chilling and then like throws a moon ball like down the end zone.
Right. You can't do that. I think they're gonna go Jackson Dart eventually, just because he played so bad. It looks so bad. It's just like, it's like, bro. And I got him on a couple of my fantasy teams. I don't know why. I guess, but those are like
because you had to. I mean,
yeah, it's like the multiple quarterback leagues, super flex leagues. You had
exactly
that
where you only have there's only one dude left that like has a starting job.
Yeah, and it's like, man, why did I draft him? Like, man, I gotta depend on that dude. I don't know. It's bad. And then another dude. It's not really his. I'm not gonna say it's his fault, but I don't know if he's washed. I'm not gonna say he's washed, but it's just the offense. Tyreek Hill. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I think he's suffering from early stages of, let's call it AB instead of CTE. He's early stage AB.
Like I saw like a stat like yesterday I saw a stat. It said that he hasn't caught a pass over 30 yards in over a year.
Yeah. 365 days. I saw Ari Mirnov posted that.
Yeah, I was like, that's what he's known for. Hopefully I think they need to trade him somewhere. I mean, trade him somewhere where he can.
But now his value has been tanked because nobody wants locker room cancer.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just
somebody that's just. I mean, look, Deontay Johnson, dude. Like Deontay Johnson on the Panthers just this past year, like was getting 5 to 10 receptions a game and a touchdown or two, like blowing up. And then we traded him because he was a locker room cancer, and we just could not have him on our team. Like that's. I mean,
it's bad if you get cut and you're productive.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And he did that multiple times. Then he went to the, I believe, Ravens, and then gets cut. and then goes to
Yeah.
the Texans and then gets cut. And then what's funny enough, he goes back to the Ravens because they're in the playoffs. And he's like, all right, maybe. I guess John Harbaugh was like, we know him, all right? At least it's a crazy we know.
Right. Yeah.
And then he goes to
Yeah.
the Browns, funnily enough, this past training camp, and then gets cut again. I wish him the
Right.
best. I'm not
Yeah.
rooting on his downfall.
For sure. Were there any players you're down on or want to get rid of your team?
Rid off my team. It could have been easily the kicker if he didn't nail that 48-yarder that he made,
Yeah.
which was impressive for his first kick ever. So I have to give it to him because he didn't look great during the preseason. On top of that, I wish Dave Canales could just be more aggressive in his play calling, like just slightly, like get a tempo going, like go. I don't understand why the play calls seem to take until the last second. And they asked about this in the last press conference. Like, why is it that it takes until the last second and Bryce is like, let's go.
Yeah, I saw that a lot.
Yeah. And Dave Canales was like, it was a little bit of him, a little bit of me. And so I'm thinking, why not just get into that tempo that you get into where it's like right before halftime and like they're going and Bryce is just dropping dimes. That's when he's at his best. Like, why not just push that type of tempo consistently throughout the game? I don't know if he's not realizing this, Dave Canales, or if he wants to build a larger structure, like he's doing this on purpose so that he can get to that point, but have more of a complex like playbook, like built on top of it. But either way, I hope it gets to that point at the end result.
Right. And even like I saw like the center, like his snaps were just not good. I mean,
Also,
they were
it was very high.
so
High.
they need to get that corrected immediately. Because I'm like, bro, they can't have that. So they gotta. That's something that you gotta have. You can't have that like as far as your offense. You're already trying to work things out as it is.
You simply cannot have that, and especially when you're missing Ike Ekwonu, your left tackle, and so already Josh Hines Allen is getting like to the quarterback in like half a second, and now Bryce is having to like one-handed grab in the air, make sure it's good, and then look up at the same time and see like, oh wow, I missed like one step or two step, like because I'm trying to catch the ball rather than what I've been practicing, like, knowing exactly where they'll be. And he still drops some dimes, dog.
Yeah.
He still does. So this is not on Bryce. I will not tolerate any Bryce slander. If you watch the games, you will know it's not on Bryce. So I'm excited to see what this team can do. Like, I think if we fix some things, especially the play calling, get that tempo right, and the defense can do something, I'm not thinking we're gonna, go undefeated, but hey, maybe we'll do a thing or two.
Yeah, for sure. Talk about a few of the stories around the league. The Chiefs, man. Are you concerned about their offense and like the way their receivers keep, I mean, Xavier Worthy's gonna be out, and then the other receivers didn't look too good. So, are you concerned about their offense and what they're going to be doing this season?
Yeah, I have to say, not really.
It doesn't matter.
The Chiefs just always find a way to get it done. They're like the Patriots, like they just have like their Tom Brady, where it doesn't matter who he's throwing to, he'll make it work. He was a deep ball thrower, and then it's like, nah, okay, we just need underneath routes, and then now he's underneath routes, and he moved to a little bit of both. And then now we have Rashee Rice, who's like doing like underneath gadgety things. Like, it's just whatever whatever he's like, where do you need me to throw it? That's my Patrick Mahomes impression. Where do you need me to throw it? And he just does. He's just a machine. And Andy Reid, as long as they're still together, like they're gonna get it done. So
yeah. I just wanted to see an explosive offense from the Chiefs this year. You know, they're on TV a lot. You know, you want to see them getting back to the old ways with the explosive offense. Man, it's hard watching those games where they, you know, went in like by like a little bit, or like they're struggling to move the ball up and down the field. It's like, I'm on now. I'm used to the epic games, even like Baltimore and Buffalo. Though, like that's just another level of offense that most
was
teams cannot.
crazy, insanity. I had
Like,
not seen a game like that since the one I was talking about before, the Chiefs Rams. Like that's crazy.
that was an outstanding game. I think, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that happened in that game. I think like that was the first time that a team that came back when they were down like 16 points,
40-25, was it?
Yeah, like they had come back like that in the last like 4 minutes and still came back and won. That was like the first game, like Josh Allen had like a stat line where it was the first time that had ever been done. So it was a crazy game. I mean, offensive execution at its best. The two of the best quarterbacks in the league, showing off their skills and their talent. You know, it was an amazing game. I don't know if we get a better game than that this year. It's gonna be tough to top that.
I mean, it's already on like top all time. Like,
like just to see the plays, like
it was peak cinema.
I mean, Derrick Henry was running over people. You saw him stiff arm that safety.
Yes.
I mean, he just keeps getting better with age. It looks like
he's like a fine wine.
Yeah. At that point, I think I had tweeted at that point too. They was up. I think they were up 40-25. I was like, nobody can stop the Ravens. You know, their offense. I was like, the only person that can, nobody can stop the Ravens. They should be, going to. This would be one of their years to go to the Super Bowl. And I was like, after the game, I was like, well, except for themselves. That's the only person that can stop them is themselves, because they make so many boneheaded, plays, the fumble, and then John Harbaugh, the offensive play calling was terrible. On that last position they had, where they called that one play that reversed to Zay Flowers. I was like, what was that?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, another storyline I saw that I caught my eye over the Sunday was the Lions and just how bad they look, after, losing their two coordinators, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson.
That's right.
Like the offenses didn't look the same. The defenses didn't look the same. But, I mean, they have the same personnel. But you think that's something that's like a trend, or is that something that just like an outlier type of game?
It's difficult to tell after one game, like it could be a statistical outlier, or it could be like, all kind of in the same pattern. But I would venture on the side right now of Ben Johnson is a brilliant singular offensive line, and they're just now starting to like pick up the pieces of how to get to like that level, rather than they're just purely a bad team, because they still have a great offense,
great talent,
defense, personnel. Like they still have and coaching. Like they still have great. They just need to create something that's not Ben Johnson's. They still have the capacity.
They got to find themselves without Ben. Yeah,
exactly. That's my take on it. Yeah, that's my thought. Yeah,
because like I said, they only scored 6 points in this game. They the lowest. I looked it up. The lowest amount of points they scored last year was 16 points, and it only happened once. So
yeah, wow.
So I'm like, there's such an explosive offense.
That's wild to hear from a Panthers fan, like because that was the lowest. Oh man, I would have loved to have that every week. Last year,
like I said, they had games where they score like 50 and 40, multiple 30-point games. So I mean, they're used to having an explosive offense. So to see them struggle like they did, I mean, Jameer Gibbs only averaged like 2 yards a carry, something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, you can say that like that had a lot to do with the Packers too, because they got Michael Parsons now, and their defense take another step, and then they're just a good team. So, I
That's right.
mean, division is up for grabs, man. In that division, I think Detroit. I mean, they got a good shot, but I'm just saying, I think the Packers probably just a better team than them right now, just because of the addition of Michael Parsons and just not the certain. I mean,
I
there's
mean, Micah Parsons is a generational ad. Like that's somebody
yeah,
that like completely changes the dynamic of the defense.
right, for sure, and then
Like a wrecking ball.
right, and this with the whole pecking order as far as the NFC goes. I mean, the Lions they were like what they were number one seed last year. So seeing that, and then them they could be a wild card now instead of being like the number one seed, because the Packers have gotten better. And then you see the
Yeah,
Rams, what they did to the Texans, and then
that's right.
I mean the Eagles, what they look like. It's like
That's yeah.
a lot of
So many
different teams
hits,
in there.
a lot of different dynamics. And then I think about the Panthers, and I'm like, wow, why do I even have hope for that? It becomes depressing. I'm like, oh wow, to think I believed for a second. No. I have hope. I have hope. I have optimism. It's only 1 week.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Before we get out of here, what's one thing you're looking forward to, going into week 2 and watching from the Panthers?
One thing that I really want to look forward to is Bryce having better timing with his wide receivers. I just want
Mm,
them to have kind of a cadence with each other where he can take 3 steps and hit, you know. I
right,
think if we get to that point, Price is so good with his anticipation. And that's where I think guys like a couple of guys on our team or previously that we've had, like Xavier Leggett and Jonathan Mingo, they seem to not be able to time their route on a similar cadence where it's like clockwork, you know,
right.
and you can tell because it makes it difficult for the quarterback to just know exactly where you're going to be, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes that difficult, and I think if Bryce can throw with timing with his receivers, especially the
Mm-hmm.
faster we get Jalen Coker back and Hunter Renfro, I think can be a guy. I think he has the ability to be a guy. Like, and then Ike Kwanu had his appendix removed. So once we get
Mm,
our left tackle back on top of
right,
all of that, then we might stand a chance to look like a competent offense.
right. I think the one thing I would say, as far as the analysis goes, I think the one thing that you can do by helping your young quarterback is staying ahead of the sticks. Not
Yeah.
being in third and long all the time.
Yeah.
It's because you put so much pressure, because you can see it in Bryce, like when they're down, like he feels like he has to make like a big play, instead of taking like the easy play. You know what I'm saying?
And then
Because
I
at times,
see Dave Canales at the end of during the press conference, like be like, "Well, we can't have those turnovers," and just like turnovers, like 2 of the turnovers were like Bryce trying to make something because nothing was happening around him.
nothing was happening.
You
He
know
can't
what?
take the
What are you
easy
gonna
play.
do?
Right, he can't relax because he knows if he doesn't get it in, like he's trying to get it all in one play because they're down, and then or we might not be able to get it,
So
have a
I
rhythm.
completely understand the fumble 1,000,000% because they needed that first down, and he was trying to keep his center of gravity rather than just slide, so he can like get the extra yard. Like I get that, and then
Yeah.
like yeah, I get the turnovers at the end too, where he like threw it into traffic because he's trying to make a play happen. Yeah,
hmm And going into next week, the Panthers they play against the Cardinals, and you saw like the Saints, they had some success against the Cardinals defense, so you should expect that the Panthers should be able to have success against that their defense.
and I
Um,
would hope we're better than we were this past week against Dallas.
Absolutely, like get Tedder McMillan more involved. I thought Sanders got open a few more. I think you need to get him a little bit more involved. I thought he was open a couple of plays, but Bryce went a different way just because, just because he wanted to go with the more explosive play. But I think like you gotta take that pressure off of him so he can just like relax and be able to see
I
the
want
entire
Hickey
field.
to be. I'm gonna be hyped when the left tackle's back too. To protect.
How long did they say? Did they give a timetable? How long he might be out?
Well, he had his appendix removed, so it was like day to day / week to week. So they even up to Sunday said he might play, and then he didn't.
Okay.
And now,
Okay.
Dave is like, oh, like maybe we'll see this. Maybe Friday will be a big day, or so, So it sounds like it's like there's no timetable, like, but it's not long at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
As far as the Colts go, as far as one thing I'm looking forward to, I think I just want to continue to see like the identity, them continue to stick to their identity and their strategy, making sure that they're, like I said, getting the ball out quick with Daniel Jones, running the ball with Jonathan Taylor, using their weapons to the best of their abilities.
Yeah.
Defense, I want them to continue to, mix it up like they have the coverages and the blitzes, making their defenses, keep them off balance, being able to rush the passer, being able to make plays. I think the Colts are going to be one of those teams that, get a lot of takeaways. They had 3 takeaways in this game.
The Colts have great personnel as well. Like they've been building up some great like talents on both offense and defense.
Right.
Defensive line, the receiving talent. I mean, even getting down to Tyler Warren, and if Daniel Jones could just be competent, which he's shown the capacity to be, he was coming off an ACL tear last year. So like, they could be a sneaky good team.
Right. I think the one thing is they play the Denver Broncos next week, so and that's a really good defense. So the one thing you don't want him to force it. You don't want him to. You want him to be able to get the ball out quick and not hold the ball because
in Denver.
I think it might be in Denver.
That air is thinner up there.
Oh yeah, the high altitude. Yeah. But okay. It's actually in Indianapolis, so that's a good thing.
Okay, perfect.
That's good. That's a good thing. So you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, man, I just want to continue to see improvement. Shane Steichen, we can see the urgency because his job is on the line if they're not good. So
yeah, consistently he's gonna. I mean, at this point, he has to play like his job's on the line for every game.
Absolutely. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to continue to bring great content to you guys. Week 2, we're just as excited for week 2 coming up, just like we were excited for this time. Football is back,
Yeah,
hey,
buddy.
Best time of the year right now. Best time of the year. So y'all have a great week.
Everybody's
and we'll see y'all next time.
hope and opportunity, unless you're a Panthers fan.
Let's hope we come back in better circumstances for the Panthers next week.
Literally, though.
Peace out. All right, y'all have a good one.